So I've done the colon cleanse this morning. I had to drink 2 litres of very warm water with turmeric and either rock salt or Himalayan salt dissolved into it, and then broken up into 3 bits. So I drank the first lot and had to perform some particular yoga asanas, namely to really open the stomach and twisting and all that sort of thing. So like Tadasana, but also coming up on your toes. And this one, like really full on, like right out to the side, either side, and holding the breath, and the cobra 8 times. Oh, and another twisting one, and then the cobra. And then you do that 8 times, and then drink more, and do it 8 times, and then drink more. And I still haven't gone because you're supposed to go, and it could have had something to do with the fact that I've got an extra long colon, one of those people. But it took my biggest vibrator in the world. This thing's amazing. They were actually created in Brisbane, and in 1964, the year I was born. And they're a celluloid machine, and it's sort of like the figure 8, the vibration in it, instead of And this has been a fucking godsend for me. When I couldn't move my legs in the morning, I used to have it by the side of my bed and put it under my legs, like 5 minutes each side. It'd be the only way that I could actually put my feet on the floor. These machines are used in hospitals, and lots of veterinary surgeons have them. And you can just drop them on the floor on tiles, and they're still okay. I mean, they're like $1,700. I've had it for quite a few years. I believe if it wasn't for this on my stomach, I wouldn't have been able to go, because that's the level of restriction I have in this area. But I feel really good. It's an incredibly blustery, cold, stormy day here, and my hosts have actually left the beautiful potbelly fire on outside. And they cleaned the little nozzles in the jacuzzi bath I've got. So I've had this amazing spa bath. And I'm actually starting to feel like I've got a little bit of spring in my step, I feel really cleansed. I have a very light day of eating today and tomorrow, which is the khichdi, which I've sort of spoken a little bit about. It's the mung dal and basmati rice with particular spices. And you can have it very thin or quite thick. I'm having it very thin, definitely all day Friday. See, I got the Epsom salts mixed up with the salt. Friday morning, I do an Epsom salts cleanse. That is more liver and gallbladder and small intestine. And today was colon cleanse. So this is all leading up to, the big Panchakarma next week. But you know how yesterday I was feeling really dark? I had a real breakthrough with the girls and quite a few tears in the afternoon. I really know that the only way forward is to actually really let go of my story in the emotional way, I'm not suggesting that my story and your story and our stories aren't validated. It's just that I just know in my heart the only way to move forward is to drop it. And there's a lot to drop, and especially this last 12 months has probably been the most challenging of my life, with my health deteriorating and numerous other issues also went down for me, and I'm still kind of grieving. So I'm not really I'm hoping as I move forward in these weeks, stripping away my armor is also going to strip away a lot of my emotional and mental turmoil. Are you right, Kimmy? So that's what I think is going to happen, I spoke to Rupa last night, and she said, this 6 weeks is basically about resetting on a cellular level. I don't think I'm going to be turning off the rheumatoid autoimmune gene in 6 weeks, but it's a start. I'm starting something. Yeah. So I'm having a really restful day, and 3 years ago today, my 18-year-old Cyrex, Arpy, Merlin, Akaminyao, Arana, Puppy Wabbit, sweet little guy, my baby, passed away in my arms. And wearing this shirt, I wear this shirt on the 17th of every month, no matter what. And when the vet gave him his little needle, I picked him up and I just spun and spun and spun around. And as I looked down, he was looking just straight at me, and he just breathed out, and he breathed out into my eyes and into me. And he's never left me. He birthed freedom for me. He'd been in palliative care for 2 years. I actually could not go anywhere or do much. I obviously worked from home, but I didn't go away. And the one time I went away to Melby, just for the day when I was living in Slowbart, I had a girlfriend come over to be with him for the day because I wouldn't leave him on his own, just in case he got caught up in his blankies or something like that, because he was, struggling with walking. But I had him on high Chinese herb intake, and he was on kidney medicine, and he had prune juice morning and night to allow his bowel to move. Because as I said in the beginning, way back on my opening vlog, he was absolutely holding so much of my ailments. And I wasn't aware just how much he was holding until he passed. It was like, fuck, he was flat out looking after me, energetically and physically. And it was the greatest love story. And anyway, a girlfriend of mine accidentally overfed him because he was still just eating like a horse if you let him, like me. And he just had it. He couldn't go to the toilet, had to get the vet over, and we pumped him full of fluid, and he just started going nut. He just started to get really refused, and he just was very clear that he wanted to go. And my girlfriend Tanya, who was an amazing healer, Tanya Murphy from Hobart, she was his healer, and she came over and he always spoke to her. And he made it really clear that he wanted to go, and I promised him. So we had 4 to 5 days of knowing he was going on the Saturday, and I did not work, and I was with him, and we did everything together in these 4 to 5 days. And he was on ice for over 24 hours until I buried him the next day. And clearly I dug him up and took him to Queensland. That's another story. Yeah, so this is a really, really special day anyway. I have to eat really minimally, and yeah, that's quite challenging, as we know, for me. But I feel like I'm really grounded into this treatment now. With all the, those, how I keep talking about those things that look like this that they put on me every day. They're called boluses. And so yesterday was another full-on one of those treatments. They're so hot on my skin, so they're pulling the armor, and So do you get how gentle this lead up to the cleanse is compared to people that just like start a juice cleanse or a water cleanse and they just go bang straight in it, where this is a very gentle merging from food into not so much food. Yeah. I am so blessed, and yeah, I'll speak to you later.